You better get your life. Get your life. Yes, y'all. Come on now, sign up for ifyoucanmove.com. All right, go in and buy some things from Team LASHAE. Get your workout journey going. Y'all know how y'all do. It's about to be January. Y'all gonna have, wants and resolutions and all of that, and then y'all not gonna stick to them. So once y'all start it off right, okay, get y'all some TLC products to clean out all that food and alcohol that y'all drinking. Get you some NutriBurst to replenish you so you don't be out here getting sick and getting a cold. Okay, keep yourself healthy. Try that sea moss that get that phlegm up out you. Okay, y'all go and check out TLC products because they really will help you stay, on track with your journey and aid you in your process. Sign up for Team LASHAE and sign up for the online gym. Go check out and see what my girl got. Y'all know I'm also an affiliate for her boutique, Pasia and Amari, which has really cute workout clothing and jackets and masks and just all kind of cute stuff. So y'all go and check out that link. Sign up on my Patreon so you can be on my Discord. Y'all support in all of these different ways. Check down below in the description box. Okay, follow me on Instagram and let's get into the video. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl Bondi Blue and I am back for another power review, y'all. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. So Bobby Brown, y'all know that's what I call Kane. Bobby Brown goes and robs a church. I was like, really, Bobby Brown? A church? I mean, no respect for the sanctuary, okay? It was just like, wow. Then he got these dumbass henchmen with him, and one of them was trying to shoot one of the people in the church because it was a priest, a pastor, because I guess that's not a priest, but it looked like a Catholic church. But anyway, it was a pastor and one of his little helpers, maybe a deacon, okay? Yeah, we're gonna say it was the pastor and the deacon. And the deacon somehow got away and they shot at him. He ducked and the henchman ends up shooting one of the other dumbass henchmen. So not only has the deacon peeped y'all, okay, he see y'all, all right, y'all got masks on, but I feel like they had some identifiable marks going on. But then homeboy gets shot. Now you got DNA all over the scene. You know what I'm saying? Just stupid, just real stupid looking robbery happening here, like world's dumbest damn criminals type of shit. But anyway, it's sex week at Stansfield. Child, we was on my live today talking about the good times I had in college with my girlfriend at the time. Anyway, so Tariq didn't make the semifinals for the fellowship, y'all. Okay, light-skinned Keisha did, Lauren did, the little white girl that's always talking in class, they all did, and two other people who I don't know. But Tariq wasn't one of those people. After class, Professor Zoe, aka Professor Carrie, talks to him. And she was like, I know you were so upset that you didn't get the fellowship, but I really wanted to ask you about Zeke. I was like, why is she asking about Zeke? At the moment, I had forgot that Professor Zoe is hunching Zeke, but they still hunching. We gonna get to it, y'all. I was like, this is not right. But I was here for it nonetheless. So while they were talking and she has her hand on Tariq's arm because she's always giving way too much affection, Reynolds, okay, Professor Jabari, is playing it back but watching them. I was kind of like, what is going on with him? Like, why are you so worried about what she doing? Didn't y'all break up? Isn't it over? Don't you have a book to write, sir? Like, he's just way too involved. Later on, he questions Professor Zoe about what was going on between she and Tariq. I saw y'all talking. What were y'all talking about? She was like, I am his advisor. That's none of your business, okay? Respect Tariq's privacy, Jabari. He says that he needs a favor. It's about his book. And she's like, listen, I think we should just keep it professional, and your book is not professional, okay? I have these cards to get done. I don't have time for this. He was like, oh, well, I can help you with that. She was like, okay, we'll have the cards on my desk first thing in the morning. Thank you. Riley is getting her box ate by Braden, and he tells her that he loves her, and she says, you can't love someone that you don't tell the truth to. She still wants to know what happened to him that day he got kidnapped and put on the block to sell for Bobby Brown, and he can't tell her any of that. So she gets upset about that. But Tariq comes busting in the room, peeps them laying in the bed looking like two raw chicken cutlets, and says he'll come back when she's out of his room. He done told Braden to keep Riley's nosy ass out of his room. He done said it multiple times, but Braden is excited about sex week. Y'all go and hunch at her place. Get her the up out my room. Okay, how many times we gotta say this? I would be annoyed too. I'm really annoyed with Riley at this point. I mean, she's just as aggravating as her damn uncle. So we all saw Bobby Brown out here in the streets robbing people all dumb like. Well, he hasn't been back home in 3 days, and Monet has a drop to get, and she's nervous. Okay, she needs him to be there, but because he's not there, she's not about to call him. So she says, Drew, you gonna come and handle the drop with me. And Drew is like, all right, but him and Diana don't want to do any of this. They want to do the stuff that they want to do. Sleep with little boys, go to college, see what Tariq is doing. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to sell drugs, mama, okay? But mama is about this business, so we gonna sell these drugs. Y'all know that Trey stole the drugs that Braden and Tariq had hidden in their room, right? So they're low on products. So they have a backlog of orders on the website. So Stern's little boy toy shows up to press Tariq about it. And Tariq is like, look, they'll get handled when they get handled, okay? And he's like, all right, well, they better hurry up and get handled. It's like, we didn't even need this, okay? Like, get on away from us with this. You and your little funky ass energy. I don't like him. Davis goes to see Sax, and he's pissed off because Sax isn't answering any of his phone calls. He's worried about Steven, y'all know the DNC dude. He's worrying about him, okay? Because Steven is there to make sure that the murders and all of this kingpin shit gets pinned on Tasha so they don't think that it was James St. Patrick, because that would make the Democratic Party look like a bunch of fools to have basically gotten a drug-dealing murderer to run as lieutenant governor. So Sax says he needs someone who knew who James really was and who also confirmed that Tasha was a queen pin, or that there was a possibility that she could have been a queen pin. So he goes to see Angela's sister Paz. I'm like, oh, here we go with her. Okay, Paz is doing good. The money that James left her afforded her a nice little salon. Okay, so she seems to be doing well. She doesn't want to get involved in anything dealing with Tasha or any of that. She doesn't know anything about that. But Sax convinces her to get on the stand and give her testimony about what she does know. Diana goes to Bobby Brown's old lady's house. Okay, child, she might just be, you know, flavor of the week for all we know. But Diana went to get him because she's like, where have you been? Mommy needs you. And he was like, did she say she needed me? And she's like, no, she didn't say that, but she has a drop and we need you. Just show up and be there and prove that you are indispensable. Show her she needs your ass, okay? He agrees, he'll show up, but don't tell nobody where I'm at, okay? Diana agrees to that. Tasha calls Tariq, and for once, she's acting like a woman with sense, you know, like the smart Tasha that we've known all this time. I mean, she has her dumb moments, but for the most part, Tasha has been very smart throughout the previous seasons of Power. It's just this season, all of a sudden, it's like, let me rely on my teenage son instead of following my own mind as a grown-ass woman that's been selling drugs for most of my life. Like, I should know how to handle myself in some of these situations. You know what I'm saying? But I guess once your son kills your husband, it's hard to come back from that. Either way, Tasha calls Tariq and tells him, please do not come to court. He's like, what, Mom? I want to support you. She's like, no, I got a bad feeling. Just do me a favor and work on school and getting Davis his money. That's all I need you to worry about. Before they can continue on with more conversation about whatever else is going on with Tariq, Braden walks in and Tariq has to get off the phone. Tariq checks him about letting Riley in their room again after he asked him not to. And he's like, look, man, that's my girl. You know what I'm saying? It's sex week. I don't know what you want from me. And this is when Tariq is like, listen, you and Trace got kidnapped the last time y'all was just in this room. So how about we protect Riley and keep her out of the room just for her protection? We're going to try it from that angle. Let's see if that works. Diana goes home and tells Monet that Bobby Brown will show up for the drop. She asks where he is, and Diana is like, look, don't worry about all that, all right? He needs to trust somebody in this damn house. It's not you or Poppy, so it needs to be me, okay? And she cool with it. Everybody going back to what they normally supposed to do when the drop happens. But Monet says, don't get too cute thinking that you're going to just come in this house and not tell me where Bobby Brown is. And I'm just kind of like, girl, you're going to have to get over this, okay? You're not going to have all the control of these grown-ass kids. They're grown. Like, at some point, you're going to have to relinquish control, Monet, by force or by choice. But it's going to happen. Diana says, look, you got everything you needed, right? And she's like, right. You're like, all right, then. All right, I'm doing like you told me, okay? You got the information you needed. That's it, that's all. So Professor Zoe is hunching Zeke hella hard in her bed in her apartment, okay? And his head is gone. He wants her to meet Auntie Monet, and it's like, dude, I am your professor at the university. I cannot meet your auntie mama. Like, you know, this relationship is copacetic because it's not. Like, Lord, he is gone, okay? She tells him he needs to go to the Q party. Y'all, the Q party is supposed to be like some big nasty orgy party that they have on campus, okay, during sex week. And it's not sanctioned by the university, obviously, but everybody partakes in, you know, the professors and everybody know what's going on. So Professor Zoe is like, why don't you go to the Q party tonight just to keep up appearances? And he's like, I don't need none of them young girls. I got me a grown woman, okay, with that okay, look, that old stuff, okay? Y'all don't know nothing about it. Put it on you like that. So Professor Zoe goes to get in the shower. When she gets out, she tells Zeke to go and get in the shower, okay? Then Professor Reynolds, Jabari, comes knocking on her door, talking about, you know, hey, I went to the diner and she said that you were, you know, sending for food. So I got the food and I just thought I would come over and we can kick it and, you know, make up to break up. That's all we do. 'Cause you love me, then you hate me. That's a game for fools. Make up to break up. Look, that's what they usually do. Okay, but Professor Zoe is not letting him in her apartment. Okay, she says, no, I told you I wanted to keep it professional. This is not what I want from you. Then he hears the shower turn on, looks into the apartment and sees Sports Center on and sees, you know, one of the students' folders with those condoms that they're giving out for sex week on top of it. So now he thinks that Professor Zoe is having sex with Tariq. And I'm just like, I swear for God. He gonna work on our nerves, y'all. He runs down to the car, takes the note cards that he was supposed to give to Professor Zoe, and writes on the back of the card that one of the professors at Stansfield is having an affair with the student or sleeping with the student. Whatever the wordage, he's being messy, okay? Everybody else has a fruit that they supposed to guess or get out of their partner on these cards, okay? I didn't explain that. But the project this week in class that everybody is supposed to do, they partner up. They each have a card and the partner has to guess or use the 48 laws of power in order to figure out or get the person to relinquish what's on the card, if that makes sense, okay? And Professor Jabari was supposed to be writing these cards for Professor Zoe. Shows up to her apartment, gets upset that she might be getting some college dangling, even though he's doing the same, runs down to his car, and in order to get back at her and prove to be even more immature than we thought he was, he writes on the card, this lady's business. So Lauren and Tariq partnered up, right? And they go back to her room and they end up kind of horsing around, playing around, and she jumps on top of him and she's tickling him. And then her, you know, stick in a butt boyfriend, Malcolm, comes walking in and instantly takes out his phone and starts taking pictures of her because he wants her to see how she looks. When I tell you that pissed me off so much, like, I don't know why, but it felt like, you know, when a dude will take bad pictures of his girlfriend just to threaten her, like, you better not leave me or I'm gonna put these pictures out. Like, that's almost what it felt like to me. And I wanted somebody to nut check Malcolm, okay? Because to be honest, you coming off like somebody who's secretly gay and doesn't want to admit it to himself. I don't know what woman, like, is supposed to be attracted to this type of bitch assness and uptightness in one young man. But she tells him he's tripping and he needs to go, okay? Tariq wanted to whoop his ass, all right? But Tariq, you know, is told to leave by Lauren, so he gets up and excuses himself while calling, you know, Zeke a nigga. And he's like, I'm not a nigga, and I would have thought an educated black man like yourself would know that. Yeah, whatever, nigga, okay? And he walks out, all right? Lauren says, she's done with him. You're canceled. We're over. We're done. You're doing too much. He says that, don't make a mistake you're gonna regret for the rest of your life. Stupid ass. I'm in a prestigious school as well. I'll be able to make my own money. My life is not going to be good only if I marry your duck ass. Like, ugh. So Trace confronts Tariq and threatens to call the cops if he doesn't, get Braden out of whatever mess he has going on. It's like Braden wants to be involved in the selling of the drugs, okay? Braden loves it, okay? He basically wishes he could have been a corner boy. Trace, you don't know what's going on. So please, just go and mind your damn business, all right? Tariq tells him that the police are in their pockets, which is the only reason why Trace and Braden were brought home so quickly, all right? Tariq says, besides, the only person you will be telling on is your brother because I was here with Riley. And he's like, yeah, I don't know what type of threesome freaky shit y'all got going on. He's like, what are you talking about? And Trace tells him, I saw y'all two in my room that night. You looked like you was passed out and she was all over you. So now he didn't heard once again about the night of his birthday and whatever happened between he and Riley. I'm like, you still haven't figured out that she drugged your ass? Like, Lord. So Tariq follows Riley to court where Sax shows up to defend her on some weed charges. I'm like, thank God he finally figured it out because I was just so nervous that he was going to get caught by this dumb bitch. Like, come on, Tariq. Where is the inner drug dealer James St. Patrick in you? Okay, I need you to be on your P's and Q's, showing up around dark corners, figuring shit out before people thought you would. And finally, y'all, he didn't figure out that Sax is Riley's uncle. So instead of telling Braden the truth about it, he tells Braden that Riley tried to smash him the night of his birthday. And because she can't really explain what she was doing without outing herself as a op, which would piss Braden off even more, Tariq knows that was probably the best option. Braden didn't really believe him, thought he was lying, was pissed off and storms out the room. But still, you know what I'm saying? I think that was better than telling him the truth. Professor Reynolds texts Tariq and asks him to meet him in his office. So when Tariq gets to his office, he's questioning Tariq about where he was yesterday morning because he thinks that Tariq was there at Professor Zoe's apartment, but we all know that was not him. Then Professor Reynolds offers Tariq extra credit in order to get into the fellowship program, which I don't know how he would be able to do this without, the approval of the other professors. But either way, he says if he writes something in depth about the nature of power in relation to a love interest with great detail, okay, if he writes about that, then that'll be the extra credit. Really, Jabari is trying to get Tariq to write his book for him. And I'm like, wow, the bitch assness, never abounds. It's a lot. It's a lot of bitch assness. Not only do you handle Professor Zoe like, she owes you something, like, oh my God, like, what kind of dude are you? Y'all are not together. I don't owe you anything. But also, you're going to get one of your students to write your book and you think that it's never going to come out? Like, word? So, y'all, we go to court with Tasha. And Paz takes the stand and she basically says that Tasha told her Tommy killed Angela. Sax asks how did she know that? She must have ordered the hit. Because Steven is sitting right behind him, he couldn't just let Paz off the stand all easy. So he went at her very, hard in order to prove that it's a possibility that Tasha could have ordered everything, okay? That Tasha used Paz as a fool, okay? Paz is sitting there believing the shit that he's saying, not realizing that this is all theatrics, but whatever. She agrees that Tasha could have been a queen pin. Bobby Brown gets picked up on his way to the drop. I was like, damn, I know something gonna happen to Monet now that he's not gonna be at the drop. Tariq texts about the supply, and because Bobby Brown wasn't there, she asked Tariq to come through. So he comes down and him and Diana are in the basement of the bar while Monet is upstairs supposedly handling the drop with one of the little minions. Back at court, Davis cross-examines Paz and makes her seem like someone who was paid to lie. You took money from James, you changed your story all of these different times. He basically dresses her the fuck down, okay? Davis had that shit, said, Sax didn't know who he was fucking with and he meant that shit, okay? So Trace tries to talk to Braden about Tariq and he says that he's an asshole. He just lied to me about Riley trying to get with him. And Trace was like, well, I don't know about all this other shit, but I can tell you for a fact he's telling you the truth about that because I saw her all over him. So now Braden is pissed, right? So now he done heard it from Tariq. Now he done heard it from his brother. He gonna have to go and have a conversation with Riley. So while Tariq was downstairs in the bar with Diana, Professor Carey called him and Diana looks through his bag. I don't know what she thought she was gonna find, but she, saw the little card in his bag and saw some condoms. Nothing, that was supposed to help her. I don't know what was the point of that. But either way, Bobby Brown, like I told y'all, got arrested and was calling all over the place trying to get somebody to come and pick him up. But nobody answered the phone, so he ended up having to call that cop that Monet is sleeping with. Tariq tells Diana that he knows that she thinks he doesn't like her, but it's not like that. When she came to his place, he was just trying to protect her. Okay, because there's a lot of shit going on. The block is hot. All right. And at the end of the day, he was just trying to make sure that there was no cross-contamination with nobody finding out who she really was in relation to the drugs and all that type of shit. Okay. But his life is just really complicated right now. They start making out. While they making out upstairs, the guy who was supposed to be dropping the drugs off was telling Monet that, even though she only wanted half of the coke, he wanted all of the money for all of the coke. And she was like, yeah, we not doing that. I don't know who the fuck you think you talking to, but I'm Monet, whatever the hell the last name is. And he was like, don't nobody care. So he pulled out a box cutter on her. I said, a knife? My dude. Like, what? A knife? Like, that was just stupid, okay? But either way, he kind of attacks Monet. When Tariq and Diana hear whatever falls upstairs, they go running upstairs and he turns around and sees Tariq, and that gives Monet time to pull out her gun and shoot him. And then she stands up on him and tells him he made a big mother mistake, and then she shoots him in the head dead, and they have to get rid of the body. So Drew and Tariq set the body up like somebody robbed him on the road, and they get rid of the body. By the time Bobby Brown and the cop come back to the house, they done had a conversation about how Monet is changing her business, and eventually she's not going to need the cop or Bobby Brown because she's, working with Tariq. So when they get back to the house and they tell Bobby Brown about what happened, he's like, well, where you at? Let me go handle it. I know Drew can't carry this body by himself. And Monet was like, Tariq helped him. Well, I don't need your help. So Bobby Brown looks at the cop like, I told you, Tariq is taking over. I'm like, oh my God. Like, we're working in conjunction with Tariq. Why are y'all acting like this? This is also when Monet sees that Bobby Brown has been beat up. So she calls Lorenzo, okay, a papi, whatever the husband's name is, calls him and tells him that he went too far. He don't know Bobby Brown like she know Bobby Brown. Don't be putting your hands on him like that again, okay? Don't let that shit happen again, okay? I was like, good, because Bobby Brown's starting to feel like don't nobody love him. Braden confronts Riley about what Tariq and Trace have said about her trying to get with Tariq. She denies it, of course, and is kind of laughing it off, but she can't tell him what she was really doing. So he believes what Trace and Tariq says because she doesn't give him another excuse. Okay, so now Braden is pissed. He done dumped Riley. So Tariq is leaving from getting rid of that body with Drew. He gets back to the dorms. Y'all know it's the Q party that night, so everybody's dressed in lingerie. Lauren comes to his room. She done broke up with her boyfriend. They start kissing. She put the moves on him. And right before she unzips his jacket, he stops her and says, wait, and gives her the cards. He was like 48 laws of power, right? By any means necessary. Basically trying to make it seem like she was putting the moves on him for the cards. I was like, why would you do that? Like, why would you make that girl feel like you see her as some type of, I don't know, education groupie? I don't even know what to call that shit. But why would you make her feel like that just because you didn't want her to know that you had blood all over your shirt? Because he really did that because he didn't want her to take his jacket off. But he could have told her, look, I just came from, doing da-da-da-da-da, and I need to take a shower and all of that. So, let me just get myself together and then we can go to the party together. He was supposed to maneuver in a better way than making Lauren feel like shit. You know what I'm saying? I was mad at him about that. So the next day, Lauren goes to Professor Zoe's office and gives her the card. She says that she thinks Tariq was just playing around and that wasn't the right card. And Professor Zoe looks at the card and reads what it says, plays it cool, tells Lauren she gonna get her points, and, later on sits down with Jabari's dumbass. And she says, what is this? And he was like, oh, I know you sleeping around with Tariq. He all smug and shit. And she was like, I am not sleeping with Tariq, okay? But you are sleeping with your TA, Melissa, okay? I heard y'all. So unless you want me to take this little card to the administration, you're going to get the hell up out of my business and go on about your way, all right? He was like, you wouldn't dare. She says, yes, I would. I would spray you with this shit, okay? So go on and get out of my office and mind your business. Paz goes to see Tasha in jail. And she, you know, was kind of pissed off, thinking that they were telling the truth in court about Tasha possibly being a queen pin and using Paz as a fool and all of this. But Tasha was like, no, Paz, you were the only one who was just like me in this situation, had lost so much. I was trying to help you. I was not trying to hurt you or set you up. And I didn't kill James. And Paz was like, but you know who did kill James? And she was, you know, like, yeah, she didn't say it, but her face said it. And Paz was like, look, Tasha, maybe this is your turn to get away. You gave me an out. Maybe it's time for you to take one. Child. Tasha ain't gonna tell on her son. Then we see Davis busting into Sack's office all pissed about what happened in court. And Sack says that Stephen Mock was breathing down his neck, so he had to go at Paz like that. But he got Epiphany's file, y'all. And Epiphany could link Tariq to the selling of the drugs. So I'm nervous. I am. Either way, I hope y'all enjoyed. The episode was really good. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you have not already. Subscribe to my secondary channel, Relax with Blue. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Mwah.